Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ballet Rain. You guys, we are so excited for today's video because in honor of the new year, we are back with 5 more addictive ballet moments to start your 2025 off right. One of the joys of classical ballet is that every dancer gets to bring their own personality and individuality into every performance. And so, as your most trusted, very favorite ballet nerds on the internet, it is our contractual obligation to collect the best moments from specific recordings from specific dancers in specific shows that just hit a little harder than the rest of them. And hopefully to share the joy and the addiction to all of you.
What better way to start a new year than with some inspiration and some very hardcore level fangirling. So today we're going to be analyzing 5 addictive ballet moments in the amazing dancers that truly made these moments their own. So if you're ready to have your skin cleared and your crops watered, then tap the like button and let's get going.
Alright, you guys, we have earpieces, laptops, you know the drill, and let's get into it.
This first moment that we're going to be introducing is from the ballet Paquita. It's the Grand Pas de Deux. And the dancers we're featuring are 2 iconic American ballet dancers, legends if you would.
Yes!
Cynthia Gregory and Fernando Bujones. When we first saw this specific moment in the Grand Pas de Deux, we just knew it had to make one of these addictive ballet moments videos. And we did title it here, like in our notes. We put in quotes, Cynthia's invisible partner, TM.
You'll see why.
You'll see in a second. It'll make total sense. Here it comes, you guys.
It's a balance, but no ordinary balance. Oh my god.
She breaks the laws of physics, gravity, traffic rules, what have you.
The rules don't apply to her.
No.
She's a queen.
She's a queen.
So
does it not look like there's an invisible partner that turns her?
Yeah, it does.
That's why we called it Cynthia Gregory's invisible partner. Because she literally looked like someone else was there behind her and just turned her.
It's Fernando Bujones telepathically partnering her.
He's telepathically partnering her.
Yep. To make that happen like with a partner is one thing, but to do that turn with so much control solo, that's at another level, you guys. So to make something like that happen, it's not just kind of rotating the body. It's not like just getting it around. There's a equal amount of rotation that has to happen in both legs in order to control that turn. And you can see how her weight holds up in the pelvis.
Everything changes ever so slightly. It's a rotation not just in the legs, but it's in the core of the body.
Yeah.
The spiral starts inside the torso because as you can see, she started from a completely static position. Not to mention she's balancing on like only this much surface. Like we won't talk about that part. But the fact that she's in a completely static position and can find rotation out of nothing. That takes incredible skill, not just balance, but technique and bodily awareness in order to pull off a stunt like that.
And you can see all of that upward tension happening. So it's never just the leg folds in and she turns. It's a pull up in the whole body from the pelvis, a lift in the chest, and then that rotation happens.
And also huge props to her partner, Fernando Bujones, who is a world-renowned dancer, one of the greatest ever. Getting her straight on her perfect point of balance, and then stepping back and just letting the magic happen.
Yeah.
That one really took the breath out of our lungs.
We had to share it with you guys.
Yeah.
This second moment is a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, this one's exquisite.
And Jordan's had to listen to me screaming about it for quite some time now.
We had to include it. It was so beautiful.
This is actually not from a traditional classical ballet repertoire. This is Kenneth Macmillan's Concerto, the second movement pas de deux. I feel like this is a favorite of y'all's too. I've seen a lot of comments that are like, oh, Concerto, we love Concerto. So we're gonna be featuring Concerto today.
Of course, with the amazing Marinella Nuñez and Rupert Pennefather from the Royal Ballet.
It's just stunning. The whole pas de deux is so good.
Yeah,
but
that's
we're gonna
true.
be focusing on this first section because it's
the
absolutely breathtaking. It made me fall in love with this whole pas de deux just from the very first 2 seconds. Anyways, enough of that. Let's actually watch the clip.
They're like, we haven't even seen it, we're already addicted.
Oh
I have no words to say.
There's so
much emotion. It's the quality of movement. The music, of course, is the driving power of any emotion, but the way it's communicated through the choreography, just the way that they do it. And I love how she keeps the port-de-bras so subtle.
Yeah,
it's not super extravagant, but it's just enough because it's such a simple piece. It's really quiet, just like almost like raindrops. The notes sound like raindrops. It just falls so like gently.
I think it's beautiful because it's that perfect balance of simplicity with the emotion in it. It's simple without being robotic. If you watch when she does this, she has
so much breath in it
while still keeping it very clean and classical. Because if you add too much extravagance to it, it ruins the clean shape. It risks that, you know, but she knows exactly how to add just enough breath and just enough length to add such a poignant emotion to this whilst keeping this beautiful classical fourth position.
From a technical aspect, there's no shifting from foot to foot as it goes down and comes up. Very, very clean, and if you're doing class work, obviously the same rules apply. You know, it's really beautiful to capitalize, especially with the choreography, that it capitalizes on that aspect of the technique. It reminds me of those videos, you know, when they have, it's like a drawing. It draws it in a circle, but then the edges don't ever meet up fully.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
This is what it reminds me of.
Choreographically, it's just stunning, and just from a design perspective.
And it's so emotional.
Yeah.
In such a simple way.
Yeah.
It really doesn't take much. I think that's sort of the point. Anyway, before we start crying, we should move on.
We need to move on.
I know, I'm choking up here.
Please go watch it.
Go watch them, please. You will be blessed.
Literally.
You will be blessed.
The next one is also Marinella Nuñez. We're allowed to have 2 Marinella Nuñez clips in here, right?
You can't say no.
You can't say
no. Marinella Nuñez in Mirta, in the ballet Giselle, second act of Giselle. This is sort of her opening solo. She really has that sort of coldness into this role. And it almost has that evil side of Mirta. Again, all up to interpretation, but she plays it really, really well in this.
Of course, we could watch the whole thing and fangirl over the whole thing, but you know, for time's sake.
For time's sake. These bourrées are enchanting. And watch this.
Oh my god.
Do we need to commentate?
Do we need to explain? Let's just like rewind this like 5 more times. There's zero friction. She's literally floating on the breeze, you guys.
She looks like a spirit. She floats. She's not doing bourrée. She is floating.
Yeah, she's legitimately floating.
She's floating. And anyone can just go into that turn, right? Maybe do a little wind up before going into it. And that is completely acceptable.
Yeah.
That's expectable.
Especially because most of ballet, you learn, you breathe, and then you go.
Yeah, there's always like a breath.
A slight wind up.
Yeah, a slight one. But she has somehow decided to
eliminate
the wind up and just start turning from nowhere. Again, like the invisible partner, you don't see any sort of mechanical force to make the turn or the rotation happen. It just is. Where does it come from?
Yeah, where do you get that force from? And then she goes into it quickly too. Yeah. The acceleration of the turn.
Yeah. It looks effortless. You don't see it in the upper body. There's no strain.
I also want to highlight this gorgeous use of the arms from the back into that turn. That's so beautiful.
And this arm extends perfectly with the music. And it's so subtle because she's turning. You almost don't notice the shape of the arms changing. But it's just a subtle nuance that make it so special and so captivating.
I could watch this over and over. Let's watch it again because she's floating.
And still, again, like we said in the Giselle video, keeping everything very lifeless.
Yeah.
She doesn't lose that. and it extends.
That's
See?
stunning.
We're done. There's nothing more to
Stop
say.
the video.
That's enough.
Marinella as Myrta is a must watch.
If you ever get the chance to, it's absolutely exquisite.
This is a level that we all hope to achieve half of. Moment number 4 is from the exquisite Rhapsody Pas de Deux.
By
choreographed
Frederick Ashton.
Frederick Ashton. We love Frederick Ashton.
We
Music
love
by Rachmaninoff.
I love Rachmaninoff too.
The dancers that we are featuring today are Francesca Hayward and Marcelino Sambe. 2 of our favorite dancers of all time, and they dance really well together. Let's get into it. Bourrée. And she's flying all of a sudden.
You barely notice that he's there, and that's kind of the point of this particular passage. It should just look that she just takes off
And
gently.
It doesn't even look like he's lifting her.
No.
Like if you watch him,
He's just dancing with her. So easy for him.
watch him in the back. He matches her pace. He matches the way her head is.
Yeah.
As he's lifting her, he's here and then into the air.
Amazing. I have to highlight the skirt.
Yeah.
The skirt is trailing when she's doing the bourrées. He keeps it trailing at the same pace the whole time and puts her down so gently. And it's almost unnoticeable.
And another thing that makes it additionally hard is that he's not moving. He's not walking along with her.
No.
So he has to, from standing,
Gauge.
match her pace, and keep her tipped this way
Exactly.
into that arabesque.
Yeah, so you can see his hands are like uneven, like holding her like you would for a pirouette.
It's like,
It's a little off so that he can have her on that slight angle for those little beats. And Francesca makes it look absolutely unnoticeable.
Yeah.
There's such a polish to it. She's not interrupted by him. They work together.
nothing gets affected.
No.
Just the port de bras continues, the
Yeah.
épaulement continues, the little beats continue.
Yeah. They work together so well.
It's
a sign of a good partner. You don't feel like you have to break your flow to
Mhm.
accommodate the partnering. This is really, really beautiful, really polished.
Even after he puts her down, they continue that motion forward.
Yeah, for that arabesque, he continues her forward, and it slows down ever so slightly, so it doesn't look jarring. This is just a level of finesse. I think that's so captivating about it because yes, like the passage itself isn't isn't massively challenging,
Yeah.
but it's just the level of polish and
Yeah.
finesse to it, and the quality all the way down to the smallest details.
It's proof that something doesn't have to be massively challenging in order to catch your attention.
Yeah.
And to make you as the audience connect with the piece and really feel something. It's just so good.
It's
just so good.
It's so good.
What I would give to see this live, honestly.
I would weep.
I would be in
I would be
tears in the
weeping.
front row or even in the
Literally.
balcony seat.
I'd be weeping. Anyways,
Yes.
we have one more to get through.
We have one more to get through. We can't stop and
We
cry
can't
yet.
stop and cry yet. Let's continue on.
Moment number 5 is a bit more of an upbeat one.
Yeah, for sure.
This one is from Frederick Ashton's The Dream.
The Dream.
We can have 2 Ashton moments in here, can't we?
You can't say no. This is from The Dream, as we said, and we're featuring Puck. This time. We have featured Oberon from The Dream in a previous Addictive Ballet Moments video. Go check it out after this one. Today we're going to be featuring Puck, specifically with Herman Cornejo as Puck, who is objectively, not even subjectively at this point, objectively the best Puck who ever pucked.
We are taking no disputes on this matter.
Zero disputes on this one. I could find probably 7 addictive moments.
Just a Puck.
Just a Puck alone.
Certified Puck fangirl.
Won't lie, I kind of am. But we're gonna show you one today because
Yes.
it was addictive.
And for context, in the ballet, he's fixing his wrong because he messed everything up and now he's gonna...
Yes, he's going to put the correct levers together because they weren't before.
These 2 love each other. Yes, yes. These 2 love each other. No, no. I'll fix it.
Magic flower to the rescue.
With the little the leg,
The little kicky kick.
the leg kick is imperative to make the magic work. Apparently,
Yeah, you need the little foot kick.
Now they all love each other. Yes, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys. I'm out.
Herman Cornejo, everybody. Long may he reign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Boom!
Forced arch
susu.
susu, and just off balance. Ta-da. Whoops.
Watch how up and down he is on this pirouette. You know, for a pirouette, especially if you're doing a lot of them.
Yes.
There'll be some slight adjustment.
Yeah.
That is very, very much natural.
It
and
is.
the best dancers can correct
Yeah.
mid-turn.
Exactly.
You know, some of us just fall out of it and we're off balance. But like the best dancers will like correct.
Yeah.
He has nothing to correct.
There's nothing to correct. It was perfect the whole time from the beginning till the time it stops.
Watch. Boom. Right there.
He even has the ability to look down before he does it. He's still up here.
Yeah.
Look down. There's a very slight change in the arms. When he starts, the arms are a little bit, you can't see, they're a little bit wider. And as he continues, he brings it in a little bit, almost like crossing the hands, just a smidgen, just to keep that force.
Yeah, that force, and it pulls in
Going.
tighter and tighter.
Exactly. And while he's doing this, he also pulls up from his core.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And that
Uh-huh.
helps with the balance and to keep the turn actually turning.
Up, 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 up. And there we go.
That perfect line of balance and axis. You don't even need the line to see it. His head, his neck, his spine doesn't move.
Yeah.
They
it's just-
stay here. It's exactly what I want from the roll-up puck. Again, it just adds that magic to it because it looks so otherworldly and so superhuman. And then,
To him, it's casual. It's like,
It's
oh, it's
casual.
just 7 pirouettes. You know, it's not hard when you're a sprite.
anyway, you guys.
Oh.
Herman Cornejo as Puck, but literally as anybody.
True.
He's fabulous.
True, he's just...
One of the best dancers that does not get enough credit, in my opinion.
Herman, if you're watching, please never retire. Just keep dancing. We love seeing you dance.
You have like probably at least 1,000 others in the comments who love you as well, so. Let's have a round of applause for all of the amazing, beautiful, exquisite dancers who blessed our eyes today.
We hope that this video has introduced you and opened your eyes to just some of the many beautiful ballet moments out there, and also provided you with ample company to fangirl with.
We highly encourage you to go and explore the ballet in your area or on your corner of the internet and take time to appreciate all of these exquisite, unforgettable moments in this beautiful thing that we call ballet.
If by chance you are perusing your own side of the ballet internet sphere and you find some more addictive ballet moments for yourself, don't keep them to yourself. Please drop a link and a timestamp
Yes,
in our
please.
comment section because we want to fangirl too.
If you like the video, then like the video, and if you really like the video, then make sure you share it with a friend who you also want to get addicted on ballet. And if you really like us and you like to support the future of ballet nerding, sign up for our Patreon. It is very easy to do.
It's like buying us a tea every month.
Once a month.
And it helps us make more content and foster a healthy, wholesome ballet nerd space on the internet. What's not to love?
So if that's something that you're interested in doing, then the link is in the description box along with all the information.
Yep, patreon.com/balletrain.
And to all of our patrons who are supporting us, thank you so much. Everything you do goes a long, long, long way, and we could not be doing this without you.
Anyways, I think that is all from us for now. This is Ballet Rain signing off. Until the next video.
Bye.
The classical ballet is that every dancer brings their own personality and their own
You got this, yeah. It's been a long day.
malfunctioning.